Pit and Paddock Racing Show. We'll start off with NASCAR at Phoenix, where it was 3 in a row for Christopher Bell and Toyota, who edged out Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson in a shocking and exciting last lap battle for Phoenix.
Wait a minute. This just in. Oh, the win has been awarded to Larson after Trump imposed 25-second tariffs on all Japanese cars.
Oh, that's too bad.
Sorry about that, Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. Wait, are they both on him? Are they in?
Bell and Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs. That's what I meant. They're with Little Ty.
Yeah. Ooh, he's had a rough go of it.
Oh, yeah. And what's the other guy? Riddick Bowe?
Who's the Chase Briscoe's the fourth one?
Oh, that's 19. Right. Wait, who? So there's a monster car on two different teams?
Yeah.
They're not on the same team?
No.
Oh, man, I had that screwed up. Okay. I'll give you the Busch race report since I actually went to the Busch race. That was a good race. Saturday's a good day to go down there. A lot less crowded, a lot easier to get around. Tickets cost half as much. Or the race is half as long.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I think I like Saturdays better than Sunday. I took my youngest daughter. Didn't really know any of the drivers, but she picked Smith, the number 8 car, because she just looked at the pictures of all the drivers and said, "Oh, that's the cutest one."
Jesus Christ. That's how I picked my drivers too.
Yeah. So when you're 14, then, I picked the 48 Sanchez car because it had kind of a happy orange color to it.
Is that the drinking? It's like a alcoholic beverage or something on it?
Yeah, it made me think of a popsicle.
Oh, that's fun.
So I did that. I did not know Bowman was from Arizona.
On the pre-race show, I heard about it at least 40 times. They kept saying just down the road in Tucson, which is
like
not
3 hours
quite down the road.
Yeah, 3 hours is that's like, okay, we're in Detroit. We're gonna go just down the road to the Indianapolis.
That's like 3 states away on the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly. And 2,300 counties that you would pass through. You don't realize those old states, like we have like, what, 5 counties? 7 counties. 7 counties? You go back to those states like Michigan, there's like 84 counties.
Sounds a lot easier to deal with in things like elections.
Yeah. Harder to cheat, right?
You would think so.
That's what I thought. Turned out I was wrong. Anyway, Bowman looked like he was running away with it. He kind of faded a little bit. And then Algiers, I forget how to say his name properly. He took the lead, had it nice and locked up. He had like a 1.5-second lead.
Oh, yeah.
And then somebody broke a rotor, and apparently Algiers has bad luck at Phoenix.
This exact race a year ago, he was a 6-second lead. Tire blew. I think it's happened like 4 or 5 times to him at this track with just a dominating car leading. Some kind of crap happened and he loses it.
He's got the Phoenix curse.
He is just not. Every time something's going on. Justin.
Yeah.
Allgaier.
I think it was 4 laps to go and somebody broke a rotor. There were a lot of broken rotors on this track, right in turn 4. Yeah. And on the restart, he blew it. He just faded up to the wall too hard and got past. And then Bowman was back in the lead, but then the winner, Eric, how do you say his name?
Almirillo.
Eric with an A, by the way.
Amarillo.
Yeah.
By morning.
Eric Amarillo. I'm pretty sure he won by pushing Bowman into the wall just slightly.
He was a little hard.
Yeah. That was just enough to give him the nose. Like, if he had not touched him, he probably would have lost, but he's giving a little bump into the outside wall.
The wall helped slow him down just enough to get ahead.
Yep.
That was the second race of the weekend where the wall helped slow someone down.
At least NASCAR is interesting.
Made it fun.
Yeah.
I did see, after the race, not in Phoenix, but a few of the CW affiliates cut away on the last lap, like they had crossed the start-finish line, and they cut to some kind of baseball commercial, and missed the last lap of that two-wide finish there. And people were not happy about it.
That's a fail. It was overtime. NASCAR calls it overtime now.
Oh yes, they like to pretend that they're
NFL?
Yeah, like some sort of stick and ball sport.
It's overtime in the playoffs now. It's not extra laps.
Stop with the playoffs.
Yeah.
What if we did a full season long playoff where we just
Like basketball? But that was the Busch race. I recommend the Busch race if NASCAR comes to your town. It's a lot of fun and it's not so crowded. And at Phoenix, you can go under the track to the pit area if you buy the extra pass, and you can go back for it. Like after stage 2, we went down and so we could watch the pit stops, and then went back up to the stands.
A good amount of time. That series puts on a better race than the Cup Series.
Yeah, there were a lot of yellow laps at the end of the stage, though.
They go a little heavy on that. Like it's like, can we get like maybe four laps? What do we just need to roll through the pits once? Can we?
Yeah.
Why do we need to?
I didn't get that why it took so long, so much yellow after the stage.
So they can do a commercial break,
Yes.
pit stops, another commercial break.
Slow, so yeah, you get more commercials in if you slow them down a little bit more.
Yeah.
We did that. Went to the trucks afterwards, bought the shirt. I bought my dude Cole. Or Custer. Yeah, Cole Custer.
Haas factory team. His Formula
Yeah,
One
Haas
Haas
team.
factory team.
It is. They didn't have any F1 shirts.
Shocking.
Yeah. Actually, like the back of the shirt is the car, which that should have been on the front. But whatever.
I miss the 90s NASCAR, like ridiculous, over the top, like just like covers the entire shirt with multiple colors, and
Yeah,
you remember those ones? Those ones were fun.
that's what we do. Well, let's move on to Cup highlights. What did you like out of the Cup race that Christopher Bell won again?
The NASCAR Christopher Bell Series. Well, the race started off with a wonderful celebration of International Women's Day with Catherine Legg spinning by herself on lap 6.
That was a pirouette.
It was a rough start.
She spun again later, right? And crashed out Suarez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a tough go. Like, hey, welcome to the Cup Series at Phoenix in your first start. Also, this is the worst car in the field.
And one of the most difficult tracks to drive. So
I hate this track in video games.
it is hard. Well, it's got banking on one side and pretty much flat on the other side. So you're setting your car up for one or the other and then struggling through the other side.
It's not fun to drive.
Yeah.
That restart led to Logano just barely touching that yellow line and getting sent through a drive-through.
That looked a little nitpicky.
Well,
You know what? Because on turn 1, they can go way past the track limits.
like once you have to wait till you hit that past the start-finish line, then you can do whatever you want. But before that, you have to stay above it.
So after turn 3, you have to get back above the track limits?
Yeah, or once the green flag flies, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, because if there's anything better than track limits, it's partial track limits.
Track limits until the green flag flies. Then it's do whatever you want, I guess.
Oh, well. Yeah, I heard him. He was pretty whiny.
He wasn't happy about it. Then they did the replay, and he was just there.
Did they get the VAR to look at it for 15 minutes?
VAR
And
replay.
yeah.
Well, if they used actual VAR, they would have got it wrong in VAR, like the Premier League usually does. That led to Ryan Preece bringing the first car to take the red option tires and moving from like 30th place all the way to first in the span of about a stage.
What did you think of the option tires on this track?
I think they made the race a lot more interesting. I don't think they actually affected the outcome because Christopher Bell was the fastest car all day, but they made other cars look like they were faster at certain parts, so it, moved the field around.
NASCAR is all about the show, so I'd say it's quite
So
appropriate.
instead of like Bell just leading and or maybe dropping back a few spots in pit stops and dominating the entire day, like other cars moved up, and then he saved his options till the last 2 stops, which if you have a chance to win is what you probably should do.
Oh, that was smart. Strategy? They had to use tire strategy?
Yeah, the only
Nice.
people who would use them early, I would say, is you get 2 option tires or 2 sets.
Yeah.
So if you like Logano, who fell back with the penalty early, he used a set early, which got him back up to the front. And Priest, who was in 30th, was like, well, let's use him now and get track position. That was the only reason to use him early.
I'm going to say let's do option tires on every track.
I think they should. Give him a couple sets.
I'd like to see it at Daytona. That'd be interesting.
I think it would make that racing a little more interesting. Atlanta, I think, is okay without it, because that was actually... they could pass there, but Daytona, they can't pass. They're too afraid to do anything at those tracks, though.
I saw that Cindric had his first ever laps led in a NASCAR race.
On an oval?
Yes.
Well, he did win Daytona.
Cindric?
Yeah.
Why were they? Maybe it's of the year.
Of the year, probably.
Okay. Honestly, I barely know who Cindric is, so...
Maybe on a real track, because I think he's only led at Daytona and road courses.
Actually, I can credit my daughter with Chris Bell's win, because she bought one of his shirts the day before. She wanted a tank top, and they didn't have little Ty Gibbs tank tops, but they had Christopher Bell, and she liked the color, so...
She could have asked him. They're probably the same size.
Yeah. Borrowed one from Ty. Yeah.
Here,
your shirt fits a 14-year-old girl.
It's a little small. So Byron led stage 1, which is not exciting. Man, it's always Bell and Byron at this place.
I know. It's been Bell and Byron most of the year.
Lap 99 was the big crash that ended up taking out Riley Herbst, Justin Haley, Carson Hocevar, Cold Custard, sadly.
Oh, I know it.
Chase Briscoe, who is having a rough year.
Oh, that's going to be his nickname from now on, isn't it?
What?
Cold Custard. He's Cold Custard.
Well, if he puts the custard on his car, he's going to be Cold Custard.
Yeah, there's just no way around that. The side of your car has a scoop of custard ice cream.
That was when, the next restart is when Logano got soft on everyone and he made it back up to the front. And Clint Boyer started overusing catbird seat once again.
I could make some jokes about Logano going soft, but we don't want to get any more banners on YouTube.
That was watching the race when, oh man, he's got soft out there. Like, phrasing. Are we doing phrasing?
Is it kilometers again?
Yes, 312 kilometers. Christopher Bell took stage 2 quite easily, and that led up like the final stage showdown, which was the Christopher Bell show mostly, until lap 46 when Bubba hit the wall, brought out the caution.
Was that another broken rotor?
Broken rotor again. That was a bit of the story for the day. Hard on brakes.
They need to go with those Formula One brakes from that funky sounding Bindo what's that? Brembo? Brembo? Yeah, they need Brembo brakes.
They need something. And that pretty much set up the Christopher Bell show there. Even with that late Gibbs caution, he was the best car in the field all day. But at least the option tires made it look like there was more passing, made it more interesting, worth watching. Best Phoenix race I've watched in quite a while.
Yeah, including the 3 IndyCar races that weren't that great.
Man, they could have used some option tires or something.
So, yeah. They did have option tires at Indy.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and it didn't.
Man.
They need like a bigger gap on the tires, like a super soft.
That repave of Phoenix was just not a good... They didn't do well with that.
We had more excitement when we broke onto the track in high school and drove our trucks around it. There was more action.
Did you use option tires?
We did have different tires.
Off-road tires?
Yeah, off-road versus street tires.
Well, Briscoe did get some good news last week. He did get all the points back from his winning his appeal after the Daytona penalty, 100 points, which is kind of surprising because I didn't know he drove for Hendrick Motorsports. Only
Hendrick usually gets points back.
Was that last year, the year before, where they got like a $500,000 fine and got it all back? They got a lot of points back.
How do you get a $500,000 fine? Like, that's a team budget.
They were messing with some stuff, and then they got the appeal overturned.
I thought that was kind of the NASCAR, ethos.
Then NASCAR changed the rules of appealing after Hendrick got that.
That was, like, if somebody had found a way to, be creative with the engineering, you kind of like tipped your hat, like, good shot.
Good shot. You're gonna lose points though.
In other NASCAR news, Kyle Larson lost 2 crew members to race suspensions after his front tire came off in the COTA race last week. So they are suspended for Phoenix, or they were suspended for Phoenix, and they're also going to be suspended for the Vegas race.
They're on record saying they definitely will not be at the Las Vegas strip clubs and craps tables all night long.
Yeah. It was going to be 1, and then they're like, can you make it 2 suspensions?
We don't have to be here Sunday?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, guys. We're still coming with you, though.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we'll be there for the team, but, we might be gone in the evenings because it's Vegas. Paint schemes. What'd you like?
I liked Cole Custard in his cold custard car. Unfortunate getting a custard sponsorship, but
Custard by Custard.
Custard. Because now I will be calling him Cold Custard all the time.
That's his nickname. Wonder if I can change the lettering on the shirt. Make just add a D, right? Or no, it's an A. Custard's with an A.
Yeah.
Well, you could just spell it
It
wrong.
was like Andy's Custard or something was the brand. I don't know if I've ever seen it before, but...
I also went with my boy Custer on the 41. I like the ice cream cone. It just felt kind of happy.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I do want to give an honorable mention to Stenhouse in the number 41 Ram storage car. It was green with an angry ram on the side. It looked pretty cool. And it was different. We haven't seen it before.
That's fair. However, moving on to the bad paint schemes, I did not like the green Ram. I don't know what it was. The logo looked like a weird 90s NBA logo or something. I don't know, like a Colorado State knockoff. And I wasn't a big fan of the green.
I like green.
Oh.
I like forest green. That's my favorite.
Well, there you go.
For bad, I went with Boucher. I don't know how to say his name.
Busher?
Yeah. Oh, of course. That's obviously spelled Busher. In the number 17, Thomas's Bagels. I mean, I do like a bagel with cream cheese, but from the stands, that thing looks like cotton or popcorn or something. It just didn't come off well. No. I kept trying to, it was the same sponsor in the Busch race for the 7 car.
Oh, okay.
And Algiers. Yeah, I think it was Algiers.
It doesn't look good.
I kept going like, what is that? Is that a cotton bowl? Is that popcorn? I couldn't tell what it was.
That makes sense. I only saw the picture of it online and it looked fine from close up, but I can see that not looking just a picture of a bagel on the side of the car.
NASCAR filed a counterclaim against Front Row and 23XI, accusing them of conspiracy because they were trying to get other teams to join them in opposing the charter. Which isn't that kind of democratic to try and convince other people to join your side? I don't see how that's conspiracy.
Hey, we're doing this. You want to help us? Isn't that the whole idea of them?
Yeah, isn't that what we do? I mean, it's not like they made them do a card check, or if it was union, then NASCAR wouldn't be allowed to talk to the other teams as they voted.
No. I don't understand. I bet that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think they're counterclaims. How long is it going to take to just to finish the claim from Front Row and 23? I mean, are they just going to race all year without a contract?
Well, they got that injunction so that they can race for. I don't even know how. Hopefully, it's done by this year. They can at least get it over with.
Are they getting proceeds like everybody else?
I don't know how that's working.
All right.
I think it'll all depend on how it turns out.
We're going to have to pretend to be journalists and figure out what's going on there. I'll make some calls. Or I'll be like a real journalist. I'll just Google some things and convince everybody. Put a flashy headline on,
Make something up?
Yeah, exactly. Like a real journalist does.
NASCAR is still planning its Mexico race, even after all the rumors that NASCAR said were not true. However, because of tariffs, Mexico insisted that Daniel Suarez start 10 laps ahead of everyone.
That sounds fair. Reverse tariffs?
Yes.
Oh, reciprocal. That's the word.
Reciprocal.
It's a reciprocal tariff. Trump's going to say, you know what? Just don't let him bring any fentanyl when he comes back.
Check him.
Check that boy at the border. Next race is Las Vegas for the, what do they call the Las Vegas one now? It's been like 15 different sponsors.
I don't know. Probably a casino something, 400.
Yeah. Let's move on to IndyCar.
TeamCheater.com, also known as Penske, admitted that a slow final pit stop at St. Pete likely cost them a win. Shocking. It was a refueling issue, and definitely not because they didn't have the push-to-pass button.
Yeah.
Definitely not that.
Yeah, they weren't using it on restarts this time. Takuma Sato is the 34th entry into the Indy 500 with Team Rahal.
Oh. Well, sounds like bad news for Graham. I guess he's going to have to wait for someone to get injured to get in the field again, huh?
Do we get to see him cry?
Oh.
You don't get a lot of tears in IndyCar.
He's probably used to it now, so no.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He might be okay because Marco's going to try for a spot too. So.
That's fair.
Some 34 drivers means somebody's getting bumped because there's only 33 spots at Indy. Who was the other guy? The new kid, the Israeli kid that didn't.
Oh, Schwartzman?
Yeah. Is he the one that tried and got bumped last year?
I don't remember.
No, it was Nolan. The one that looks like a Jewish kid, but he's not.
Oh, was it him?
Yeah.
There's always someone.
Fox promises that their Indy 500 coverage is going to be so good they're going to, quote, blow the doors off the Indy 500.
Oh, good. I can't wait for Fox to show us all the video of the backs of the grandstands.
Oh, they did it such a good. Maybe in an oval they'll do a little bit better.
You hope so.
I don't know if they're ever gonna top Momentous Man from the 90s when he talked. Wait, no, it was the 80s when you were starting to get a little computer into it, and he talked about the science. We're racing with science now.
Oh, did he used to do the 500 intro?
Yeah, he raced a little bit. What was his name?
Sam? Is it Posey?
Sam Posey.
That's right.
We just called him Momentous Man because he used to do those Formula One intros.
Every race was so important.
Oh yeah, it sounded like, the beginning of a battle or something. Yeah, he raced a little bit, and then he did some early commentating for Indy.
Ouch.
And then he died, sadly.
Yeah. Coming up next in IndyCar, finally, everyone's favorite track, Thermal.
Oh, joy.
Is that this weekend? No.
2 weeks.
Oh, IndyCar.
March 23rd. I know. They take this big, long nap.
They get this great new, record viewing. Hey, we're going to take a month off.
I'm thinking the Fox of executives have got to be just going nuts over that.
You got to find a race to put in here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Phoenix, downtown Phoenix Grand Prix.
There you go.
Sound would be perfect.
Something.
I was going to say Flagstaff, but it's still snow sometimes up there this time of year.
Put it on the snow tires.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Red Bull can do it.
Yeah, I've seen it. They shot a video.
In Formula One news, the Las Vegas Grand Prix are going to sell some of their tickets with a payment plan this year.
I think it's great news. I mean, I just financed my 2 grandstand seats for 7 years, only $499 a month. It's going to be a really good race this year.
Reasonable. They did drop some tickets to $50. I think the range is $50,000 to $25,000 to go to the race.
50 is the starting?
Yeah, but that one's going to be they're going to open it up for locals. That's probably $50 to go to the junior race.
The actual
yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. 50, you're standing behind a column.
You can hear the cars for 4 minutes?
Yeah. We'll see. No, but that's not a joke. Payment plans. They're going to have no interest flexible payment plans for people. Like, really, if I get a finance going to a race, then maybe I should do something else, like buy eggs.
Yeah.
I already have to finance
I'll
eggs.
finance that.
What was up with Haas's bodywork, just breaking off the car and testing?
It's breakaway body panels, so they can bring out debris cautions whenever they need to. I think it's a pretty NASCAR-like move.
Not a bad idea. I mean, sacrifice one car. You'll need Kevin Magnussen back.
Magnussen's move.
I had heard some of the screws were made by the same contractor that made O-rings for NASA shuttles.
Oh no.
That one shouldn't get us a warning label.
Nobody remembers that.
It's been a long time. In other news, the Sauber / soon-to-be Audi team is considering moving their headquarters from Switzerland to England. They claim that it's difficult to get staff because of the high costs of living in Switzerland.
Are they expecting lower costs in England?
I think they're counting on getting some refugee money.
Oh.
Okay, you'll be living in the Muslim district, but, you know.
Where are you guys from? Middle East. It's fine.
Yeah. Next up for Formula One, the Australian Grand Prix this weekend.
Oh boy. Already?
Finally.
Oh, thank.
First race of the year. We get to find out who's really fast and who's not.
Who lied during testing and what's actually going to happen.
You know, Mercedes was always known for sandbagging, but then they stopped doing that when their car sucked.
That's true.
They used to, when they were good, they would sandbag during testing, but then at the beginning of this formula, they came out with that zero side pod idea.
Oh, they must be sandbagging. Oh, they're not.
They're not. They're just awful. The zero side pod didn't last. Well, Red Bull kind of stole it, but they inverted it. They had kind of a bottom zero side pod. But yeah, nobody stuck with their... I don't know why they thought that was going to work. You lose so much downforce not having the side pods.
I don't know where that... They thought it would work enough to build it.
Yeah, some computer simulation said it was going to work. In other news, our sources tell us that Marvel and DC Studios are talking about a superhero crossover movie in the works.
Oh man. Once you start talking about crossover and mashups, it's time to let it die, I think.
You've pretty much drained all the dollars you're going to get out of it when you start doing crossovers. I mean, first you peak out, then you start dropping, so you do the multi-universe thing, or the time travel, and then you keep dropping, so then you do the mashup, and then it's over.
Well, yeah, like DC already killed itself much earlier, and Marvel's like dragging its dead corpse around still for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we mash it up together, it'll work. I bet it does not.
It's like two dying companies trying to merge to save themselves.
It's like when DirecTV and the other satellite company try to be...
Oh. The only way they're going to survive is if they get some USAID money.
No, not anymore.
Nope. I don't know, maybe Trump will approve it for, well, maybe not Hollywood. I was going to say, it's American, so maybe he'll approve it, but no, they farm a lot of that CGI work out to India, so...
No money for dirty commies.
Yeah. That's it for this week. Join us next week when we will have 2 races to talk about. And then 3 races coming up very soon.
Except one of them's thermal.
Yeah, sort of a race, but not really.